Building a high-output stepper generator. If you've ever wondered whether stepper motors can really generate usable power, stick around. I'll show you how I made it work and how you can too. Stay till the end to see the full journey. From this tiny generator, I'm getting full household-grade 120 voltage, strong enough to drive a 100-watt LED light. Also, please don't worry. I know the light technically consumes around 17 watts. Here's everything I used to build the generator setup. Watch carefully. I'll show you how each part fits together. I've got 4 stepper motors on the table, but I'm only using 3 for this build. They all look identical, but each one has a completely different output. So watch closely. I'm starting by installing 4 support feet on the bottom of the base plate. This gives the whole setup a stable, non-slip foundation, and you can use any plastic panel as long as it's flat and sturdy. I'm installing all 3 stepper motors. If machining a metal bracket is difficult, you can use a steel or aluminum plate or any rigid material. As long as it holds the motor firmly and keeps the shaft aligned, it will work. Mounting this motor is simple. Just 2 screws are enough. Adjusting the timing belt tension. Anyone can do this with a simple alignment. The belt is mounted and tensioned properly, and the drive rotates without any issues. Since stepper motors have multiple wires, I'm checking resistance to see which terminals form real output pairs. Watch what happens when one DC motor forces 3 stepper motors to move on the same shaft. Measuring resistance helps you guess the coil pairs. But when the readings are close, the only sure way is to test the real output. When you measure the output, each combination behaves differently. The goal is simple. Choose the pair that delivers the highest voltage. All 3 stepper motors are installed, and each one has its highest output coil pair selected and arranged. Now it's time to test the maximum voltage they can deliver when connected in series. By driving the system at 50 volts and 121 volts, we can analyze how each motor responds and compare their maximum output performance. The first set is 24.14 volts. The second set is 10.36 volts. The third set is 22.48 volts. The fourth set is 22.01 volts. The fifth set is 76.72 volts. This is much high output. The sixth set is 73.67 volts. This is much high output too. The driving motor input voltage has now been raised to the power supply's maximum output of 121 volts. The sixth set delivers 153.2 volts, producing more than twice the previous output. 159.9 volts from the fifth set, over twice the output too. 42.69 volts from the fourth set. The third set is 43.63 volts. The second set is 21.74 volts. The first set is 51.91 volts. This is a powering comparison chart. When I doubled the driving voltage, the entire system exploded with a surge of power. But one generator didn't just rise, it dominated. The third stepper motor delivered enough raw output to fire up a 100-watt bulb without hesitation. So, after all those measurements, here's the real test. This third stepper motor didn't just produce high voltage, it delivered usable power. And now, it's strong enough to light a full 100-watt bulb. Now I've mounted only the third motor. To combine the two output coils, I installed a rectifier on each line. Since the voltage easily exceeds 100 volts, connecting them in parallel is the best way to boost the available current. This setup lets me pull real, usable power from the third motor. After the power supply failed, I switched to a variac to keep the system running. In this segment, the outputs from the two channels are measured independently. After switching to the improved variac power supply, the stepper motor immediately shows higher output than before. Earlier we measured 159.9 volts, and this time it climbs all the way up to 235 volts. Likewise, on the second channel, the measurement is higher than before, reaching 230 volts. Now I'm combining both channels in parallel to amplify the current, and we'll see if it can light a 100-watt LED bulb. Power is on. Now I'm increasing the drive power again. I'm increasing it only to 121 volts, the same level used with the previous power supply. It peaks at 256 volts unloaded, and even under load it remains at household level voltage. Now I'm connecting the wires to the LED light pad. The generator is producing an output voltage that's very close to the input driving voltage. This is impressive. Even with a 100 watts bulb, the voltage stays at household levels. This is a very impressive result. Although the voltage can be increased further, going higher risks burning the LED light, so I'll keep it at this point. It's especially surprising that this small motor can support a 17-watt load while maintaining approximately 120 volts. At this point, the objective is completely met. The system performs exactly the way I designed it to. The goal is accomplished. Next time, I'll convert this motor into a smartphone self-charger. For deeper breakdowns and future upgrades, please like the video, subscribe, and keep notifications on.